Hello there, YouTube. This is Mr. Gibson Guy here. Thanks for tuning into the channel. This is a long-awaited video that has been announced several times, starting back a couple of months ago when I first did a video on my house being haunted. Since then, I went to work using film photography because digital photography just didn't work on it, but using film photography to see if I could capture some images of these spirits that come to my house and hang out there between midnight and 6 in the morning, hang out in my living room, and they seem to like to be there. They don't seem to be unfriendly, not especially friendly, but they don't seem to like cameras very much. And so I had decided I was going to put a roll of film into one of my Olympus OM-4 titanium cameras, which have a very, very sensitive light meter and can give you proper exposure in low light down to the tune of about 4 minutes exposure time. Which isn't as long as it sounds, but it requires you to have your camera carefully mounted on a sturdy tripod, and you have a cable release that's hooked up to your camera so you can activate the shutter and flip the mirror up without making much of camera shake. And what happens when I do this is that it seems that I can catch some spirits real quickly, just kind of as a ghosted image, and then they move and they disappear, as I'll show you. I'm going to take you through these photos. I shot these on the Olympus, and it was some Fuji 200 film. And I sent the roll of film to MPix company, which develops the film, sends the negatives back to you, and they have the digital images from your negatives that you have. And this one that I've been showing you so far, I don't really know what it is or how it got there. It looks like half a dozen different images, all multiple, exposed over each other. I can see like a cemetery in the foreground, ships in the background. I don't know where in the world all this picture came from, but this was on my roll of film. And I'm going to take you through these now beyond this. So you can see these are shot in my living room. Now I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to advance it one more to show you daylight picture. There we go. All right, so you can make sense out of. You can see here in the living room, this is 1, 2, 3. That's the leather couch. And this is my wife's comfy chair she watches TV from. It's got a fold-out front ottoman, and she puts her foot on this cardboard box sometimes. She keeps an electric blanket on it that she covers up with so she stays cozy when we watch TV. And then this is over towards the wall. Now you don't see anything here because this is an all daylight image here that I took early in the morning. I told you the spirits stay until around 6 o'clock, and sometimes if I come out before the sun has risen but the sky is kind of getting light, I can come out and see the little old lady that sits here sometimes early in the morning. Sometimes she's got a little kid with her. But by the time I get a picture taken of them, they always disappear. Let's go back and start over again here. So you can see here, this is 1, 2, 3. These are the back bolsters on the couch. And then over here is her chair. There's a space over here. This is the box for the heater element for the foot heater that she uses. And her electric blanket always has this pilot light on underneath the chair, and it shows out here. This light over here, we'll see a lot of this too. This is the actual thermostat for the house, and it's lit up. You can't really see it, it's not very bright, but that's the brightest thing here. all this was this, nothing. You see, that's not there. I'm going to go back. But it's here. What is here is over on this side of the picture, there's the front window next to the front door of the house. And people across the street have a not a street lamp, but they have like a front porch lamp that's not very bright, but it's on. And that projects this image this way that goes this way. These are windows. These are windows. This is the beam in between the two of them that connects them. It's aluminum, and these windows open up and close down. They're closed down. This is in the summer or early summer, so it was warm at night. So we had the air conditioning on. And down here you see this is the TV table. Sometimes there's a TV up here, 46-incher. But usually at night when I was doing these videos, I would take it down before bed and put it down there. And then when I get up to go pee at 2 in the morning, I can come out and see what's going on here. And what I would do is when I would move the TV down, I would set the camera up on a tripod across the room looking at the chair and the couch, as you can see here. Also, inside the front window, there's some fake plants that you see also projected onto this back wall. So that's what's going on here. And around here, and then over here, we're going to see where the action is. So let's keep going. All right, so there we go. You can see it. There's a pillow up here. There's a little shawl. She uses this electric blanket, has this colorful towel here. This is the arm rest on this side of the couch. There's another one over here. And this is a colorful pillow that she has there. It just sits on the couch. So let's see. We don't see any spirits here yet, but we start seeing things that are strange. This here is the corner of the couch, and it kind of looks like a face there. But that's really the corner of the couch. Right in front of it is the little heater box for her bed heater that she used to keep her feet warm. And over here is that blanket that we saw. Yeah, like there. And it kind of gets in different shapes every single night, depending on how she throws it off of her. So we don't see too much here. You kind of look like you get a form of a person hiding under the blanket there, but nothing real serious. So let's go here. All right, now this is another morning shot a few minutes earlier, and you can see here, this is what we had on the other pictures in the middle of the night. This is the projection from the across the street front porch light that is lighting up this and projecting it on the back wall. And of course the wall is this way, this wall is this way, perpendicular to it, so it gets kind of an angle at it like that. But even in the early morning daylight, to show you how bright this picture really isn't, it's kind of overexposed by the camera, you can see this projected part from the simple little porch light across the street. So let's keep going. All right, now you can see this looks like we're getting some pretty good amount of light on a couple of the bolsters on the back of the couch here. And what do we see over here? This is kind of weird, because this is supposed to be, you can see the colors from the towel go down here, but then it kind of looks like we got eyes and a mouth, and somebody looks like a werewolf, and maybe it looks like there's a shoulder there. Somebody, and this corner of the couch looks like it's lit up and looking over at this creature, whatever it is there. I'd also point out that I find small animals in the house as well that aren't really there, but they think that they're there. All right, let's keep going. So here we are with another morning picture, and you can see a little bit of the reflection from the windows, from the bars on the different panes. Alright, but not much there, because usually when it gets this bright or something like this, they all scatter and get gone real fast. Now here we are seeing some, see where that is there? That's the towel that she keeps on the back. Usually it's pulled back to the back, but here it's kind of pulling down. I have to pull it up every few nights. And her blanket, who knows what this is doing. This is doing some real strange things. No explanation why. And we're starting to get where we almost can see the face of somebody on this alternate bolster on this side, on the back of the easy chair. Here's the armrest and the pillow on the couch, but not too much too significant yet. And here we go. Now, these are doing this, like this is some sort of a dog that's doing a dance or something on its hind legs. That's kind of weird looking there. I don't know what in the world. It's, you know, you can't say what it is, but you can't say that it's not something, because it is definitely weird looking. All right, keep going. And I hope that these are transmitting on the videotape well enough that you can see these things. Here, this corner of the couch really looks like a person with some stripes across his face, and this thing looks like a big Muppet character. But there's more of these, and they're different every time. I don't know, it just kind of gives the impression of something there, like somebody's head, and then like a torso here and a shoulder. Maybe they got a jacket that's open. Who knows? But it doesn't really look like something that's supposed to be there. And this picture is another mystery to me. One thing I will mention on this time is when every night when I would set up the camera, I would put the tripod, set it where I want it to be, line it up with the lens with the lamps on so I could see where the camera was aiming, because I'm not using autofocus here. This is manual focus. And most of it would be done with a 35mm f2.8 Zuiko or the 50mm f1.8. Those are the two lenses that I use on this. But I would line them up, advance the film, put in the shutter cable, and have everything. Then I can turn off the lights, and I have the camera set up right at the end of the hallway, and I don't close my bedroom door all the way, so I can just slip it open without making a sound, tiptoe down the hallway, and I know the camera is right there. But as soon as I started putting the camera up, I would come out at 2 o'clock in the morning to take a picture, and I would reach around and find the cable release and press the button, and it wouldn't work, because while I had left the shutter cocked, when I went away and then came back again a few hours later, somebody or something had always clicked the shutter and twisted the tripod around and moved where the camera was facing. So I had to, that kind of hurt me with getting pictures spontaneously, because every time I come out, they had to mess with the camera and I had to reset it to try to take the picture, which gave them a lot of time to disappear. But this could have been a picture that one of the spooks came out and shot when they wanted to expose me here. And then this one, this is a really strange one. The front door is over here, and this is kind of a little block that goes along there where you enter and you can't see directly in. Like if you open the door and somebody kind of peeks in, they can't see because it's got this little, this is only like about 2 or 3 foot long wall here that blocks the view of the living room and the couch from the front door of the house. And I never set it up to do that, but somehow one was done. And then this thing, I don't know if you can see this well enough, but it's not squared off. This is not the power unit, that square white box, metal box that powers the bed foot heater. And I guess this is the blanket stuff here, but this all just looks really weird to me. And I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what in the world that is there. But it's something that came out on the roll of film on a picture that I wouldn't have taken. And I don't know, you have to use your imagination on this, because I can't make any sense of it. There's several pictures in here that I don't know where they came from. All right, here we have another one. And here's the chair. Here's the couch. And here's this stuff over here. And I get the distinct impression, it looks to me like somebody was there and they got up and moved away as this 4-minute exposure was going on, because they kind of came out like a ghost exposure, kind of like what you can see here from the projection of the fake plants that are over here in the window, projected over here. But this one seems totally different than the other pictures of the couch and the chair. Keep going here. All right, and here now you can clearly see the plants here. And you have a dark area. This is the foot heater. Here's the pillow and the other pillow and the end of the couch right here. But what is this stuff over here? I don't know what is all going on. I see the plants, but I don't know what this dark thing is. It looks like there's a dog in there, or there had been, and then it ran away. Let's keep going. All right, now we're getting clearly, we can see the projection of the front window. And it looks to me like a little doggy right here. I don't know if that's anything. Here you can see some plants and more of the plants here. And maybe that's sort of where that other dog was. That's the box that heats the bed heater. And that's the cardboard box. But all this stuff, I don't know exactly what it is. And I oftentimes, you can see, here's the back of the easy chair. And it looks like somebody's sitting on the armrest, which is one thing that when I've seen them, these ghosts like to do. And when I say when I've seen them, they've gotten, over the past year, to be pretty much an every night event that they're here. But this is what I get here so far. And this is the early morning shot. You can see the towels droop down a little bit here. And that was kind of the dark area, but now this is up here. It was over here, and now it's over here. Same place, okay. But the camera direction's moved a little bit here. All right, let's keep going. We got a few more to go. Yeah, we're more than halfway. This is a morning shot, but it's showing part of the couch, all the chair in the center, and over there you can see the window that we normally see projected over here. And you can see it looks real bright out there. It wasn't that bright, but this is early morning, pre-sunrise, just light in the sky there. That's what you can see. And this, I think I did this with a 24 millimeter. I forgot I did that. I took a couple of wide angle shots so you could see from the window all the way over to the end of the couch. See most of the living room. Pretty big living room. All right, now this one you can see here the thermostat, and there's a lamp which is in the end of the window over here that's projected over here. Here's where the plants are, and this up and down beam, and the separate window panes there. The TV set is down, and you can see the stuff that goes, that's the DVD players. These are some some DVDs that we hadn't played yet. Here's the back of the couch and the side, front of the couch and the armrest. And the chair is pretty much disappeared into the chiaroscuro here. It's just lost in the shadows with all the bright parts of the picture showing. So who knows what we're missing here. We really can't see anything. And here, again, we can't see anything. This would have been taken just a minute later as I advanced the film and took another picture. But it would be a time exposure, because this is at least 2 minutes here. And here's another one. And we kind of get to see something, looks like it's appearing over here. And look, you can kind of see color on this bolster, but these other ones you can't. You can see some color in the back of the chair, but what is all this stuff going on here? Well, you don't know. That's the bed heater element. All right. Oh, this is the other one that. Do you see a cat's face right here? Cat's eyes and a snout. Kitty cat legs coming out of somewhere. We don't have a cat. This kind of looks like a cross between a cat and a Yorkie. Ear here and ear here. But that there are animals that appear here, and I don't even know where this is in the house. I don't recognize it. That looks like a lamp. Might have in a couple of different places, but I don't know how this picture got here. And here we go. We can see the couch, and there's the chair. And oh yeah, we're going to start watching over here at the end of the couch, because we're starting up into this series here. There's another. Well, I'll show you. All right, right here. Do you see that? That is a natural finish maple Rickenbacker 2003 electric bass. That's the neck and the headstock up there. And right over in this place, right by this bass, for some reason, some of the spirits liked, they kind of made their own seat for this, and they would hang out over here. They just kind of like the bass for some reason. You can really see the headstock and the neck a lot better here. The body is kind of lost here. But then you see like this, I don't know what it is. It's a sheet or a blanket or some plastic wrap or something. It looks like something behind it. Well, let's see these pictures develop here. Now it looks like some gal has a shawl on and is sitting underneath this this cover here, wherever it is. Rickenbacker is over here. It's disappeared out of the picture, but it'll be back. Yep, there it is. See? So we have these coverings, and it looks like a lady sitting here. And then this is lit up from the thermostat. And this is lit up from someplace else. But and that lights up this, and this comes from the electric blanket. Let's keep going, because this gets kind of interesting. You can see this. Again, it looks like some gal sitting there. You can see the lamp reflected from this wall, but no explanation of what this is. This is the base. You can always find the same place in there, so you can see the table. Right here is the TV set that's removed from the table for our guests. Yeah. TV set right there. And it looks like somebody's over here, but I don't know what that is. All the projected front windows there. And here's front windows, and it's starting to be light. We're getting some more light coming in the front window, but we still have this, which was all lit up by the street light, by the porch light across the street. And you can see there's not much blanket here. It's kind of orderly looking. This stuff's all the same as it was. Here we are. This is just a picture just later. You can see the couch, and you can see the early morning light coming in. So this is the end of night, early daybreak here. I don't see anything in particularly interesting in this one. One of the few times you can see the rug that goes over next to the couch. You can still see some of the rug there, and some of the DVDs on the table. And I don't know what we got back there. This certainly does look like a face, doesn't it? And this looks like some sort of a guy here. And here you see real plainly the base. There's the fingerboard and the body and the pickups right there. And then, yeah, we still have that figure, and we now have this orange ball, whatever it is. I don't know what that is there, but it's appeared in the picture. There it is again. And this lady's shawl is starting to look like a shark fin over here. As we get a lot more of the sun gets higher up and starts shining in here. Looks like a face again over there, but nobody's there. And let's see, we're just about to the end here. So here's that orange thing and lamp. This is a projection of a lamp which matches this lamp, which is of course on this side in the Rickenbacker base there. Here we are. Wow, look at that. That's pretty good color for no light photography here. You can see the white box there. This thing actually usually gets put up there, but I guess it didn't while I was doing these. Looks like the TV set is coming back. Yep, and that's it. Got that. I don't know what that was. This is another case of the ghost took that pictures. So those were the pictures. I don't know if this is going to come out. If you have any idea what this is, leave me a comment and tell me what you think. Huh? I'd like to know what it is. It looks like it's like spitting out different weird colored psychedelic M&Ms. But yeah, it's a partial frame too. It's cut off, you can see. Anyway, so I don't know what this stuff is. A lot of it is just shadows or bright spots, but there's things that I can't explain. Not a lot of them, but enough to make it kind of curious as to what in the world is that. That one with a little kitten in it, I don't know where that would come from, but that was on the roll of film that was supposedly shot here, unless the ghost took it someplace else. Anyway, so I don't know. I should try some more, see if I can refine my nighttime photography again a little bit more. It was really fun, and I noticed that the spirits, as I did it over a period of a month, they got more and more nonchalant about the cameras. But where they first reacted to it a lot, then they kind of stopped and just put up with it. And then they started messing with it again, and as I finished the roll of film, I said, all right, well, before I shoot any more pictures, I'm going to get a roll developed and see if anything shows up, because it's a weird thing to have show up. But they're still around, and maybe I can come up with something else that'll be more convincing than this. But I just like to let people know that I'm not imagining this stuff. There's just kind of weird looking things, and I don't know why. All right, so leave me a message. Tell your friends about this if you are interested in ghost pictures. Tell anybody that wants to see that they should check it out. And until the next time, this is Mr. Gibson Guy. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.